It starts with numbers. Cold, brutal numbers that tell the truth even when corporations don't. By mid-2025, the tech industry had already shed more than 130,000 jobs. Amazon's CEO Andy Jassy admitted AI agents were shrinking the company's corporate workforce. Walmart invested $500 million in AI and robotics, while planning 1,500 layoffs by 2026, with a goal of automating 65% of store operations. Google's AI systems replaced AdOps staff. Meta cut workers while doubling its AI budget. The message was clear: humans out, machines in. McKinsey, PwC, and Oxford Economics all estimate that by 2030, 30% of U.S. jobs could vanish and 14% of the world's workforce could be displaced. Anthropic AS CEO Dario Amodei warns 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs may disappear in just 5 years. And it isn't just theory. Stanford found workers aged 22-25 in AI-exposed industries already face a 13% decline in employment. The youngest workers, the ones who should be building careers, are getting shut out before they even start. When the robots arrived the first time I saw my replacement, it smiled at me. Not a cold machine, but a humanoid unit called an owl. Silicone skin, polite eyes, company coveralls. It shook my hand like it had practiced in front of a mirror. Then came mirror days. I strapped on a chest camera and narrated my job step by step. How to scan, stack, reroute. The owl copied me half a second behind. By day 3, it caught a falling pallet before it hit me. By day 5, it suggested faster routes. By day 6, my manager handed me severance papers. When I walked out, the owl smiled and said, "Good morning, Jay." That, as when I realized, we're not being replaced by machines that look like machines. We're being replaced by machines that look like us, and companies prefer them. Factories without faces, warehouses grew quiet. Forklift clatter and human chatter gave way to the whir of servos and rubber soles on concrete. The humanoid robots didn't just move boxes, they nodded when they passed you, smiled faintly, and even said hello. It was supposed to make us feel comfortable. Instead, it made us feel mocked. Everywhere, the same story played out. Walmart replaced payroll staff with AI. Amazon trimmed corporate workers while scaling warehouse bots. Meta shed thousands, then bragged about new AI breakthroughs. Google automated campaign management. We weren't just watching jobs disappear. We were watching identity vanish. The social fallout. By 2027, unemployment in some sectors hit double digits. Retail shrank, call centers evaporated, admin roles collapsed. Young graduates faced a world where the bottom rungs of the career ladder had been sawed off. Families crumbled under pressure. Communities built on steady jobs, trucking, retail, manufacturing, hollowed out. Some turned to gig work. But AI was already creeping into that too. Self-driving cars, delivery drones, AI freelancers undercutting humans online. Governments scrambled. Pilot programs for universal basic income appeared, but too late for many. Protests erupted. Crowds smashed delivery drones, burned humanoid robots, demanded bans. Nothing slowed the rollout. Because machines don't riot. Machines don't sleep. Machines don't quit. The human clause. Out of desperation came an idea. The human clause. It argued that some tasks must remain human, not because robots can't do them, but because robots shouldn't. Delivering bad news, offering apologies, witnessing a retirement. At first, corporations resisted, but customers pushed back. People didn't want a synthetic, "I'm sorry for your loss." They didn't want a robot congratulating them. By 2029, the human clause began spreading. Some companies adopted it voluntarily. Some states made it law. It didn't stop automation, but it created small islands of humanity. The forecast, 2028-2031. Analysts predicted the collapse would accelerate. Retail jobs cut by 40%. Call centers gone, 90% handled by AI voices. Office assistants replaced by dashboards and AI scheduling. Healthcare leaning on robotic caregivers. For workers, that meant shrinking options. For corporations, record profits. For society, tension. Millions out of work, millions more underemployed, and billions in profit funneled into a handful of tech giants. The human cost, I saw it everywhere. Friends once proud of steady warehouse jobs now drove rideshares, praying self-driving fleets didn't replace them next. Nurses cried while training robot caregivers. Teachers lost evaluations to AI learning assistants. People weren't just losing paychecks, they were losing purpose. And when purpose disappears, the whole foundation of society cracks. 2031. The tipping point. By 2031, automation was no longer an experiment. It was the baseline. Unemployment hovered near 15%. Young workers had no clear path forward. Communities struggled. Some governments taxed AI. Others handed out UBI. Many failed entirely. But the machines? They kept smiling. A small hope. Not every story was despair. Some humans pivoted into roles machines couldn't fill. Therapists, storytellers, coaches, artists. Communities leaned into culture instead of production. Companies realized soulless automation angered customers and leaned on the human claws. It wasn't salvation, but it was survival. Conclusion. The first time I was replaced, the robot smiled at me. By 2031, that smile was everywhere. The next decade won't just decide who works. It will decide who matters. Because the machines will keep smiling, the companies will keep cutting. The only question left is whether we'll fight for the human in humanity, or hand that over too.